I want to share with you how to use Rubrics and Speedgrader and Canvas to make grading so much faster and easier. If you haven't used Speedgrader yet, you are hugely missing out. It is so fantastic. So, the first thing that I would like for you to do is enable Rubrics in this left thing, which, if you don't know how to do that, we go into our settings, we go into our navigation, and it's probably down here. You click the three dots, you click enable, and it will move it up here. Always be sure to click save. Always forget that, and then it doesn't do what I want it to do. So then I go click on rubrics. And what's cool is that the kids can see your rubrics too. Um, so it has a little guide over here, which is fantastic. Canvas is so helpful. But you can add a rubric and you basically just walk through and make your rubric just like you would. So we can look at my play and check rubric. So I have my criteria, I have my points. This one's pretty harsh because either you did it or you didn't. But anyway, so here's my rubric. That's great. Now let's go back and add it to an assignment. Now, if you're just doing like a normal assignment, it's really easy. It's a little counterintuitive, but that's cool. Okay, so test, awesome. I can spell. We're gonna make this 100 points to prove a point later. Assignment group, sure. Okay, so we want to make sure either no submission or online submission. Those are the two easiest ones to do. And to add a rubric, you always have to start as one of those. I know you want to use your external tool. You want to link to Flipgrid or Google Docs or whatever. Don't do it yet. First, start with just a regular submission, and I'll show you how. Yes, and we save. Now, what happens is it takes you to this screen, and this is where you add the rubric. This page does not show up if you use an external tool. That's the trick. So now you can go add a rubric. You can go find one that you previously made, or if you haven't made one yet, you can make it right here. Fantastic. I'm going to go find my rubric. We're going to use this reflection rubric, and you kind of have to like scroll all the way down. Use this rubric. There's my rubric. Fantastic. Now, if I want to use this rubric to actually grade my assignment. Now, remember, I made my assignment 100 points earlier. This rubric adds up to 20 points. So whether they add up or not, if you want to use it to actually grade your assignment, you have to click edit up in that corner. And then down at the bottom, I'm going to use this rubric for assignment and grading right there. Check that box. Now, right now I have the opportunity to edit this rubric to make it be 100 points. I could do that right now. But if I don't want to, I'm going to click update rubric and it's going to say, oh my gosh, 120 is not the same. What do you want to do? And I'm going to say, change it so that now my assignment is going to match what my rubric says. So it's going to take my 100-point assignment and make it 20 points instead. Again, I could have edited my rubric to make it worth 100 points, but I'm choosing to do this instead. So now I'll scroll up. My assignment is now 20 points. It matches my rubric, which is 20 points. Fantastic. So what does this look like on Speedgrader? Let's go take a look. So I have my Speedgrader example here that I'm going to go click on. And I click on Speedgrader, and it pulls up my students' work and a grading window. So this is my little assignment that I posted. Obviously, you'll probably have more text here, hopefully. So now I'm going to click View Rubric. Now what's beautiful is I can go clicky, clicky. They sucked at that. They were awesome at that. Please don't ever tell your students they suck. And then anyway, when you click save, and I don't want to do it because I'm using this as a PD later, but when you click save, it automatically adds up these points for you and gives the assignment the points based on the rubric that you clicked. So you're not having to sit there and manually add and calculate and whatever. You just click, 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 and then it gives you the points. Now, you do have the option to like override that. Like if you click, 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 and the kid has a D, and you're like, oh, it's a little better than a D. You can add some points back in and kind of flub that a little bit. And then as soon as you hit save and you add any comments you want down here, it'll just go to the next student, and then it'll go through that, and it'll even go through all the students that haven't submitted yet, so you can just pop some zeros in there. Nice little reminder for them to do their work. So now, how do we do this with video assignments, right? We're music teachers, maybe, and I do a lot of playing tests, right? So I'm going to go back to my sandbox, assignments. And so let's talk about submitting videos on Canvas, not through Flipgrid, not through whatever else you guys use. What's that Seesaw one? Whatever. None of those, just through Canvas. Kids don't have to leave Canvas. How do we do that? Let's look at this one. So what you want to do is you want to pick online submission, media recordings, not file uploads. Media recordings, the video will appear in Speedgrader. File uploads, you will have to download the video in order to view it. And it's really easy on the kids' side. This is not hard to do, and I will show you the student side as well. So taking a look at that, let's take a look at the student side now. And if you don't know how to do that, you go to your course settings and you go to student view. Fantastic. And now I'm looking at this like it's a student assignment. So I'm going to go look at my assignments. I'm little Kristen Cooley, going to go submit my video assignment. Oh, these are all, I'm going to look at my modules. That'll be clear. First module, great. Okay. Video. Here we go. So what's fantastic, again, if I added my rubric, I can see it right here because it's not an external tool. It is one of those online submissions. So it's really easy. You add the rubric. They see the rubric. They're going to submit assignment even though they haven't recorded yet. Okay. That scares some of them. They're like, but I don't have an assignment. Just click submit. And what's cool is that they have the option to either record it right here and now, or they can upload a video that they took earlier on their phone or on their laptop. So I'm going to click on that. Oh, it's going to show my face. Dang it. Hi. And then you click start recording here. Oh, this is really unflattering. Or of course they can go over the tab and upload their media. Okay. And then when they're done, they're going to click submit and it's right there. Now, what does it look like for you? We want to leave student view. Yes, leave. We're going to go to assignments. No, we're going to go, to assignments. Oh, I could have clicked it right there. Gosh darn it. This one, so I can show you what this looks like. Okay, Speedgrader, what does it look like? Okay, so I know, but you don't have to download it. You just click here to view, and bam, there it is. Okay, and again, I added my rubric, and I can just go either did it or didn't do it. This is my pass, no pass, right? Did it, and hit submit. And then when I hit done and add any comments that I want to do down here, it takes me to the next video with my fancy little rubric. It's fantastic. If your mind isn't blown by this, then I don't know what to tell you. So then, okay, let's say that you're sitting here and you're going, but I like Flipgrid. Okay, cool. Good for you. Let's go see how to do this with an external tool. Or even like with Google Docs or whatever like that. I don't like the new Google assignments. It doesn't work for me. So I'm not going to go there, but, I'll show you how I have a student submission with Google Docs. But let's do Flipgrid first. So how to set up a Flipgrid assignment. This is a little backwards because what you have to do first is you have to do an online or a no submission first to include a rubric, the fancy rubric where you click, 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 and you're done. And you have to save it in order to add the rubric. And I already set it up because I'll show you. If you go and you use your external tool first and you go find and you do, oh my goodness, I have so many to-dos. Flipgrid and you add it, you select it, fantastic. And you click save. There's no option to add the rubric, right? It just takes you to Flipgrid. Close all these, go away. And there's no like edit, there's no rubric. And so that's the backwards way to add a rubric to the Speedgrader is you have to save it as an online submission first or a no submission, add the rubric, and then go back in, edit, add the external tool, and then you can use Flipgrid. And so what does this look like in Speedgrader? Let's go look. Oh, I could have clicked it right there again. Gosh darn it. Speedgrader. Awesome. So the Flipgrid video pulls up just like we do with the normal ones, and I can see my rubric. Okay. And again, that was because I went in, I saved it like it was a no submission or an online submission. I added the rubric. I went back, I edited it and added my external tool, which was Flipgrid. Okay. The benefits to using Flipgrid, the kids can see each other's videos when they're actually in Flipgrid. So if you want to foster conversation or having students assess each other, that's a way to do it. But if you're just looking for playing tests and to see videos, then I argue that Canvas is easier. And last but not least, let's talk about written assignments. Let's say I want to do a Google Doc. I want to give them a template. I like to do concert reflections this way. Let's go take a look at this. It's a little complicated because I don't like using the Google external tool. It doesn't work for me. I don't like it. So this is how I do it. The assignment that I make, I go make my template in Google, okay, whatever I want it to be, and I'll show you this, what it does. And then I add the URL in the assignments, okay, and I make sure that the kids know you have to share it with me and you have to submit the share URL as a website URL. I know it's a little complicated, but once the kids learn how to do it, it becomes really easy. So basically, the kid is going to go and do this, and something fancy. See how it makes a copy? That's because I replaced whatever this said here, edit or share or whatever, with the word copy. That's a really fancy way to make people make a copy of your documents instead of actually having access to your document. So I'm going to make a copy. Fantastic. And you can see my little rubric here, my little template, I mean. And so the kid's going to fill this out. They're going to go into their share settings. They're going to make sure that they share it with me. They're going to have to type my email address here. Fantastic. Oh, they're all my coaches. And then they're going to use this link, copy it. Okay. And when they submit the assignment, let's go into student view and you can see exactly what they're doing here. Student view, assignments, Google Docs. Again, they're going to submit the assignment. And when it says website URL, they're pasting that Google Docs share link that they got from their document here. And when they submit it, it's really cool. It shows up in your Speedgrader, the whole document. The one downside of this is that they can continue to edit the assignment after they give you the link to it. So the trick on that one is if it's like you need it to be done and you don't want them to edit it anymore, they'll probably have to like download it as a PDF and upload it as a file, which works. That's fine. But I don't really care if the kids edit after they submit. I mean, I think, in my opinion, I'm like, you know what, work on it until I grade it. That's fine. But anyway, so here is the assignment that this kid did. It was me. You can see there the whole thing. And you can see when it was last edited. So if you want to do it this way and you want there to be a hard deadline, you can be like, I'm going to look at your edit history. And again, here's my rubric that I added. Click, 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 and submit. Okay, so Speedgrader is the best thing ever. Learn it, know it, love it. If you have questions, ask, talk to me. Cool. Have fun. Bye.